letters. You want two equations with two letters. Everybody got it? And you want the same two letters. So you agree on what you're going to get rid of. You can make any decision you want. I'm going to get rid of Z's. Is that okay? Now, does everybody see what happens if I add A and B together? What happens if I add A and B directly downwards? Don't the Z's cross out? 3x plus 2y equals what? 7. That's worth 5 marks. 5 marks straight away. Got it? Okay. We assume we can do that. Okay. Next one. I look at B and C. Everybody see B and C? Everybody see B and C? I'm going to multiply B by 2. So I'm going to multiply all of B by 2. What do I get? Yeah. Yeah. Equals. Okay, awesome. Now I'm going to eliminate out B. Now I'm going to add downwards again. I'm going to add downwards again. Anybody? 8x, yeah? Minus 3y plus 2y. 4 plus 2. All right. 8 marks. Happy out? Now, lads, what gets rid of 2y? Yeah, bottom 1 by 2. Happy days. Bottom 1 by 2 minus 2y equals 12. Add downwards. What do we get? 19x equals 19. X equals 1. You're on 11 marks. Okay. Now, you can choose either equation to put it back into. You can choose equation D or equation E, whichever one you want. I'll just choose D. Okay. So it's going to be 3 times 1, isn't it? 3 times 1, 3 plus 2y equals 7. Bring it over to your side. What? Oh, sorry, it's not the 2y. The 3 over to your side. What do we get? Y equals 2. 13 marks right there. Okay. I'm 2 minutes 30 seconds in. I'm taking a handy. Right. Now, let's go to the last one. Right. Making this nice and neat as well. Now, that's going to be a 2. What about the x? 1. 2 plus 1 plus z equals 6. So what do you think z is? That's 3, isn't it? There's your 15 marks right there. Okay. That comes up in the leaving cert, you're expected to clean that for everything it's worth. You're expected to clean that for 15. Next question is a different story. Next question is tough. All right. So we cool with that? All right. Now, that was the confidence gimme question I was trying to start you off with. A bit of confidence, all right? Now, all right, let's keep going. Okay. Now, we made a joke recently. I said I don't deal with fractions, and the answer is I don't. All right. But apparently you guys do. So, okay. So I don't like fractions. They don't like me. I want to get rid of them immediately. All right. And all you gotta do is make sure that it has the same 3 letters on the bottom of each one. What's the U missing? VR, VR. What's the V missing? UR, UR. And finally, what's the R missing? And that's U and V. Is that right? What happens to all the fractions? Gone. Is that right? Now, which letter does it want on its own? Believe it or not, like, the only thing I read in this whole question was this part here and this part here. See that? It's the only 2 parts I'm reading at the moment. Okay? Because it says it wants R in terms of U and V. This question has U, V, and R. No other letters involved, isn't there not? Why wouldn't I use the blue equation? Because there's an M. And the question would have to have U, V, and M. So do you see how I chose one equation over the other one? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is I need to isolate R on its own. How many R's do you see? 2. Okay. So it's going to be BR plus UR equals 2UV. Okay, how do I turn 2 R's into 1? Take out R, and what's left over? P plus U. That phi plus U on the left-hand side, the phi plus U. Yes, exactly, but what way will I bring it over? It's division, yeah. Why? How'd you know that? It's multiplication on the left, has to be division on the right. Okay. Is that all right, guys? All right. Now, I've got that far. Happy with that. That's all my working's done. Okay. Gonna log off on this. Okay. We already get rid of that? Think so? Yeah. I know so. Right. Now, next question. M in terms of V and U only. What letter has gone missing? M. So the whole question is you want M on its own and thus a combination of V's and U's on the other side. What letter is not being included in that? R. Let's start off. What's the only equation that has M in it? P minus R and R minus U. Yeah, and we don't want R, don't we know? So what am I going to change R with? Yeah. This one I was doing this one was tough enough, right? So I'm going to get rid of the R's, and instead of the R's, we're going to have, yeah. And once again, I have zero interest dealing with any fractions. Okay. None of us want to do that, all right? So here's what we're going to do. Okay. Would everybody agree that there's a yellow part which is on the top, and there's a blue part that's on the bottom? Everybody agree there's a yellow part on top and a blue part on the bottom? Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. If you read the question, it says, find M in terms of V and U only. You have to get M on its own. Currently, M is on its own. Would you agree with that? But the problem is it has the letter R. So you got to sub out the R because R is not included in the green right in there. The answer of the last question. Okay. Now, gents. Now, here's what we're going to do. All right, guys. Now, lads, here's what we're going to do next, okay? I don't want to deal with the fraction end of things, so here's what we're going to do. What should I put underneath this phi? A phi plus u. If I put it on the bottom, what do I have to do to the top? Phi plus u on top as well. I'm only working on the yellow bit, nothing else. Okay? What happens when I multiply it out? Not 2v, I'm afraid. It's multiplication. Yeah. Plus phi u, yeah. And then this is a minus 2uv. Is there any difference between a phi u and a uv? How do you know that? It's cumulative is the key word there. It means that you can switch them around and they still equal each other, don't they? So do you see that VU? Just for argument's sake, I'm going to turn it into a UV. Is that all right? And would you agree it's all over the same denominator? Okay, and what happens now? Phi squared plus what? Phi squared minus UV all over phi plus U. Now, I've only done the yellow part. Haven't even done the blue part yet. Is that all right? So, we're going to go to the blue part now. And would you agree I'm pretty much going to do exactly the same thing? Okay. And by dealing with two parts separately, it makes the question a bit more easy, right? So what do I do to the U here? What do I need to put top and bottom? P plus U here and yeah, both of them top and bottom, all right? So I'm just going to multiply it out. uv minus u squared all over. Okay. Now just going to get rid of that again, all right? Just multiply it out. Now what happens next, guys? 2uv, take away uv. All right. Now, lads, is everybody cool with that? Would you agree that both fractions now, you're looking up, both the yellow and the blue, oh, sorry, both the yellow, just the yellow one here, sorry. Would you ever agree that both the yellow and the blue have a single denominator now? Right? And would you agree that it's one of them divided by the other one? Everybody agree with that? One of them divided by the other one. So you're going to grab this here, bring this here, all right? You're going to divide them. Now, lads, what's the rule about dividing fractions? Flip which one, red or black? Bring the black to the top and flip it upside down, all right? Now, next question I've always asked you is, okay, we'll do that first, all right? So that's no bother. So it's phi squared minus uv all over phi plus u. And then we have phi plus u all over uv minus u squared. I have a rule regarding these. What's the general rule I asked? Is everything fully factorized there? Has everything been factorized to its fullest? All right. I'd argue that this part here, this green part here, and this green part here are not fully factorized. Can anybody tell me why you don't think they're fully factorized? Huh? Phi goes out the first one. Sorry, they do actually look the same. And then what about the other one underneath? U. Okay. Now, this is where a lot of stuff starts to cancel. Can anybody tell me what exactly cancels here? Phi minus u by phi minus u. Anything else? Phi plus u by phi plus u. And what's left over? Yeah. Just so you know, do you know this thing? The whole thing is 9c0 is your first term. Everybody familiar with that? And will you please remember that the big number is always on top and the smaller number is always on the bottom. I had people coming to me the other day with like something like 3c6, where the bigger number is on the bottom and the smaller number is on top. Then their calculator wasn't working. I've never done a single question ever where the larger number wasn't on the top. Just hasn't happened. Right? Now, lads, first term, 9c0. Second term, 9-1. Third term, do you get the gist? What would be the sixth term? 9c5, okay? Now, there is a rule for this. So, the rule would be, generally speaking, it's the first one to the power 9, right? Then the second one would be 9c1. What's it? First one to the power of? 8. Okay, second one to the power of? 1. Lads, by the time you get to the fifth one, what is it? 9 take away 5? 4. It'd be 2 to the power of 4. See the way 9 take away 1 gets you 8. See the way 9 take away 0 gets you 9. And then what's the second one then? There should be next there, by the way. What's the next one? Oh, 5. Everybody cool with that? Now, it is, yeah. See the minus 1 over 3 in the brackets there? That's it there, right? Now, lads, here's what we're going to do now. Ready? Okay. Into the calculator with it. Okay. 9. Choose 5. Multiply by 2 to the power of 4. You're going to ignore the x for a second. And then it's going to be minus a third to the power of what? 5. Mad error. Now, I think I understand where it happened there. See the 9c5? I think I'm going to put a bracket around that. Minus 224 over 27, or minus 8.296. 224 over 27, okay, look at this. Now, I don't get full marks for that. It doesn't say the word coefficient. What's coefficient mean? So, for example, what's the coefficient of 5x squared? 5. The coefficient of 5x squared is 5. If I say the word coefficient, it means I just want the number that comes in front of the letters. But does it say coefficient in this question? No, that means I need the full thing. I need my x to the power of 5. Who's the guy that dropped the x5 at the end there? Yeah, so two good lads there. Just 3 marks they had, but they didn't take up. Okay, we all okay with that? All right, question 4. Now, similar to question 1, we're hoping that this stuff comes up on ordinary level as well, right? So we're hoping that you'd put this one away for 15, all right? So there's 2 equations. One's called the quadratic and the other one's called the linear. How do I know that this one is the quadratic? X squareds and y squareds. How do I know that this one's the linear? No squareds. Choose one letter to get on its own. I'm going to choose x. Is that cool? So I'm just going to move over the y and the 3. What do I get? I'm just going to move over the y and the 3 on the linear. Is everybody happy that x equals y minus 3? We all okay with that? Okay. Because you weren't the other day, all right? So you've seen these before? You remember them now? There's no long division here, lads. There's not a long division question. There's 2 equations, and they both have equal signs, so it's definitely not long division, okay? Now, here's what you're going to do. Anywhere you see an x, what's going to happen to the x? It's going to be replaced with y minus 3. Okay? So anywhere you see the x, it gets replaced with y minus 3. What's it? 2 times... Oh, wait, I'm losing track now. Okay, guys, what do we have now? Not the difference of 2 squares, just multiplying one number by itself. Now, lads, I'm a bit lazy here. I'm not going to rewrite that full line. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to multiply it out. Once I multiply that out, okay. All right, guys, we good? 4y. You see it in the question, like there's no reason why it'd be a 44. All right. Now, lads, oh, there's a mistake in there. Anybody want to tell me what happened? Always read over your line and make sure everything's accounted for. Remember, I make tons of mistakes as well, but just generally catch most of them as well. I dropped the y squared, didn't I? The y squared just disappeared for no reason. So that's the same as that. And that's just basically what you have to do every line. Just a quick scan. Did I include everything? You can see obviously the y squared has gone missing, hasn't it? Okay, so you just got to do that in your head. And that y squared is just going to lob in at the front. 2y squared, everybody. That's a minus 6y. It's minus 10y makes that a minus 8y. Plus 6. Okay, your choice. You can do the minus b formula. You can factorize it. I see they're all divisible by 2, aren't they? Divide both sides by 2 makes my life a bit easier. Divide both sides by 2. 2 numbers that multiply to give you plus 3. But add to give you minus 4. Y equals 1 and y equals 3. Okay with that? Alright, guys. Now, don't get full marks for that because I need to find out the 2 x values as well. Whatever your y value is, take away 3. Okay. All right. And then what happens here, guys? What's 3 take 3? When y is 3, x is 0. And what's 1 take 3? Yeah, and there's your two answers. Okay, we go. Okay. Well, at the very beginning for the linear equation, see here, I moved the y and the 3 over the other side. So this part here, and then I got x equals y minus 3. And then anywhere I saw an x, I subbed in y minus 3. Is that all right?